Hello everyone, in this video we're going to talk about adding and subtracting radicals. Now for our learning target, I can add and subtract radicals. Now let us have the basic rules first. You can only add and subtract radical expressions if the radicals in the expressions are like radicals or what we call similar radicals. So what are like radicals? They are radicals that have the same index and the same radicand. So as you can see, we do have our example in here, 3 cube root of x squared minus 2 cube root of x squared. So as you can see, the index here is both cube or 3, and then our radicand in here are both x squared. So definitely we can say that they are similar radicals. Alright, so for example, we do have 3 cube root of x squared minus 2 cube root of x squared. We can directly subtract these two radicals since they are similar radicals. Now, before we proceed with the operation on radicals, let us have a short recap first of identifying if the given radicals are similar or dissimilar. So here, take a look with the index. So it is both 2. So automatically, there's no written index in here. So automatically, this is interpreted as 2. Alright. And then, take a look with the radicand of the two radicals. As you can see, these are all A. So definitely, we can say that the two given radicals are similar. Now, moving on. So here in this scenario, as you can see, the other one, the index is 2, while the other another radical here, the index is 3. So from here, we can say that they are the similar radicals. Next, for our second example, we do have this. So cube root of 3mn and 3 cube root of mn. So as you can see, here in our example, the indices are both 3, while the radicands are not the same. The other one is 3mn, then the other one is mn only. So that means generally we can conclude that they are dissimilar radicals. Next, we have square root of y and 2 square root of y. So take a look first with the index. They are both 2, right? Again, as I have mentioned, if there's no written index in the upper portion of our radical sign, so definitely automatically it is 2. Our index would be 2. And then take a look with our radicand. They are both y. So that means they are considered similar radicals. Next, square root of AB and cube root of AB. So technically, as you can see, we do have a different index. Although we do have the same radicand, but generally still, we will classify this as the similar radicals. Next, for square root of mn and cube root of mn. So in this scenario, the index is 2, while on the other hand, the index is 3. Hence, they are dissimilar radicals. Next, we have 2 square root of x and square root of x. So here, as you can see, looking at the given, there's no index written in here. And as I have mentioned, if there's no index given, automatically it's 2 or square. So now we can say that the indices are both the same. Now let's check on the radicand. So these are all variable x. So definitely we can conclude that this pair of radicals are similar. Now let's proceed with the operations in radicals. I believe you are familiar already with similar and dissimilar radicals. Now here, as you can see, we do have similar radicals. So for our solution, let's have let's have this one. So I will start with getting all the whole numbers that we have in here. So we have 3 and then 5. So we're gonna add this 2 and then simply copy the radicand that we have and then the radical symbol, of course. Now after that, we will just simply add the 3 and 5. That would be 8. And then simply copy the radicand that we have. So that means for our final answer, we'll have 8 square root of 3. Alright. Now, for our second example, we do have cube root of square root of 2 minus 5 cube root of square root of 2. Now, you need to check first if the given radicals are considered similar. Now, as you can see, we do have the same indices and radicand. Therefore, we can proceed with directly with our operation given. So, we do have subtraction in here. So, I'm gonna have now, let's start with the coefficients that we have for each radical. So here, there's none, but basically, this is actually 1. If there's no other coefficient outside the radical sign, so definitely that would mean we'll have automatically 1. Okay? And then, from that, we're gonna have 1 and then minus the coefficients that we have for our second radical. So that means we're gonna have 5 and simply copy square root of 2. Alright? And then from here, we're gonna have negative 4 and then square root of 2. So that means our final answer is this one. So as easy as that. Next, for our third example, so same manner, let's check first if the given radicals are similar. Alright, so for our index, so as you can see, the index in here is 2, and then the index in here is 2 as well. So we do have 2 common indices in here. Next, looking at the radicand of our 2 radicals, we can see in here we do have 3 and then 3, and that means they do have the same radicand as well. Therefore, we can proceed with our solution. So, copy first the coefficients that we have, 7, and then operation, which is subtraction, and then copy the radicand that we have. Alright? And then, we'll have 7 minus 15, that would be negative 8, and then square root of 3. So again, our final answer for this item is negative 8 square root of 3. Moving on, so for our task number 4, so take a look with our radicand and our indices. So as you can see, we do have 2 common indices in here, which is 2, but looking at our radicand, we do have different radicands. So first, what are we gonna do? I'd like you to simplify first the square root of 8 in here. We all know square root of 8 can be simplified into square root of 8. We can have square root of 4 times 2. Or we can also have square root of 4 times square root of 2. But in here, we all know square root of 4, that would be 2. So 2 square root of 2. So from here, we're going to use this one. As you can see, we do have the same indices and radicands already. So now we can proceed with our solution again. So we're gonna have equals, and then the simplified form of our square root of 8 is 2 square root of 2. So we're gonna get the coefficient 2 plus the coefficient of the second radical, and that would be 1. And then simply copy the 2. Okay, square root of 2 in here. So this one and this one. Okay, they are similar, so simply copy square root of 2. And then we're gonna have 2 plus 1, it's 3, and then square root of 2. So that means for our final answer, this will be our final answer, 3 square root of 2. Now let's proceed to our task number 5. 5 square root of 27 plus square root of 48. So although the indices are the same, still we need to simplify further the given radical so that we can also have the same radicand. Alright, so now in here I would start with 5 square root of 27, which is equal to 5 square root of 9 square root of 3. Alright, and we all know square root of 9, that is 3. So 5 times 3 square root of 3, and therefore we're gonna have 15 square root of 3. Alright, we set aside this for the meantime, and let's proceed with the other one. So square root of 48. And we all know square root of 48 is equal to square root of 16 times square root of 3. And square root of 16 is 4, so simply copy square root of 3. So that means we both have this simplified radicals coming from 5 square root of 27 plus square root of 48. Hence, we can have our solution would be this one. So we're gonna have 15 square root of 3 plus 4 square root of 3. So here we're gonna have, again, let's add up the coefficients that we have, 15 plus 4 and then square root of 3. Then we're gonna have 19 square root of 3. Alright, so for our final answer, this will be our final answer, 19 square root of 3. Alright, so for task number 5, now let's check again if the given radicals are similar or not. So as you can see, they do have common indices, but then their radicals, their radicands are not the same. So if that's the case, we need to let's try to simplify each radicals if possible, and let's see if we're gonna find out similar radicals afterwards. So here for the first one, we do have 3 square root of 48. So we're gonna have 3 square root of 16 square root of 3, which is basically we're gonna have 3 times 4 square root of 3, and that would be 12 square root of 3. So this is actually the simplified form of the first radical that we have. 3 square root of 48 is the same with 12 square root of 3. Now moving on, let's proceed to 2 square root of 75. This is actually equal to 2 square root of 25 square root of 3. Alright, so now let's have 2, and square root of 25 is 5, so we multiply this 2 and then copy square root of 3. So we're gonna have 10 square root of 3. So basically, our simplified form for this is this one. Alright, so from here, as you can see, the indices are already the same, and the radicals are same as well. So that means we can now proceed with our solution, wherein we are gonna start with adding the coefficients, or I mean subtract because of the symbol, minus, so 12 minus 10, and then copy square root of 3. So we're gonna have 12 minus 10, that would be 2, and then copy square root of 3. So that means for our final answer, that would be 2 square root of 3. So that's all for this video. Hope that you've learned something new, or you understand addition and subtraction of radicals.